Hair, Love, Radio.
You're listening to Hair Love Radio, where we get into the nitty-gritty of what it takes to make your dreams a reality, start unlocking your potential, and live your best life, helping hairstylists, creatives, and girl bosses spread their awesome and light like confetti. You were made for awesome. Hi, welcome back to Hair Love Radio. I'm your host, Elizabeth Faye. Today I am here with the amazing Shelley Gregory Hair, who's actually in LA with me right now in my hotel room. And tomorrow she's on our panel at our Hair Love Club event, Reach for the Stars. Hi, Shelley.
Hi, so excited to be here.
You just barely landed.
Thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, our setup
We're
is
real
so
cozy
funny.
in here.
We're super cozy in the hotel room right now. And we're both recovering from colds.
Yeah, so excuse my little bit of rasp.
It's sexy, I think. This is the sexy episode.
Yeah, get into it.
Yes. So, Shelley, where can people find you on Instagram?
So my handle's at Shelley Gregory Hair. Shelley's EY.
Yeah, that's right. I always forget that. And you're in Vegas. You're a hairstylist. You work at Square Atelier.
Yes. So I am born and raised in Vegas, and I work at Square, but I work at the Atelier side, which is an addition to Square because Square blew up so much that she had to add more. So she's added it two more doors down. But I've been doing hair for over 15 years, and I'm obsessed with everything about it. I do color, cutting, styling, extensions, I like to do photo shoots. I like to do it all.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And you're known for, on the Instagram world, for your pastels.
Yeah, that's what really blew my page up. One of my pastel colors went viral and got picked up by a bunch of mainstream industry magazines, Cosmo, Huffington Post. And it gave me the bug about almost 3 years ago now, and it changed my career. And I never thought, being so far along in my career, that things would change. I thought, okay, I have my clientele, I go to work, and I go home. But I started posting, and things changed, and it just totally changed my outlook on what my career could be, and maybe I could meet some of my dreams after being like, oh, Cosmo likes it, maybe people like what I do. Maybe I should show more.
Yeah. So talk a little bit more about that. Like, what are some of the dreams that you've been able to accomplish or really go down that road because of that path you really got started on?
So, oh my God, where do I even start? So it started even from just people seeing the pastel color and companies reaching out to me and saying, we want to send you product. We want you to try it. To now going to Fashion Week and working with L'Oreal Professional as one of their ambassadors, speaking on a panel for you, like educating. I never thought I'd be an educator. I love education, but I didn't think I'd be the one up there. But people wanted to know, so I love sharing now. So yeah, it really changed everything. I never thought it would.
That's really cool. When you're everywhere now, I feel like anywhere, like I'm pretty sure if I like walk in to get a smoothie, you'll be there.
I'm like, hey, at Shelley Gregory Hair.
No, but it's so awesome. Like I see you like in New York and at different shows, and I feel like every hair show I go to, you're like speak on a main addicts panel or like different things. You're like doing all these really amazing things. And it's been really great to be your friend and watch that evolution.
I'm so glad we met. And that's another great thing that's happened is meeting so many people that you admire. You never think you could meet them because they're in another city, another country. And now you're friends because Instagram. And then you see them. I think we met at the symposium the first time, right? Was that the first time we met?
I think so. I don't even remember because it's so hard with Instagram. I feel like I know someone for so long that the lines are blurred on like when I first started following you versus when I actually met you like IRL.
When I slid into your DMs, I don't know.
Yeah, so that's like my first memory actually hanging out with you in real life.
Yeah.
So probably, yeah.
I so you're everywhere too, Elizabeth. You're everywhere too.
We're both everywhere, but like we're not because it's just social media, you know?
But now we're in a hotel room.
But now we're in a hotel room in LA together, so that's cool. And Shelley actually taught pastels at our last Hair Love event. Bless her heart. Where were you? You like flew into somewhere. It was crazy.
I flew in from Chicago. Oh my gosh, made something work for L'Oreal. They kind of booked me last minute for a hair show in Chicago.
That it was ABS.
I didn't know I was booked for. Because I had signed up with Hair Love Retreat. I mean, like a year before that. So I was like, no way I agreed to this. But okay, if you guys want me there, I'll make it happen. So I came late to Hair Love Retreat, and I just missed all the good stuff with the
I know.
with
I
the
felt
relaxation.
so bad. She came
and then I
right
jumped
into
right into
work.
education.
Yeah, bless her
that was
heart.
crazy.
Well, that was crazy too with Hair Love because we planned it so far in advance that ABS was actually on a different weekend, and then like after we had
ABS
started
changed.
selling
I
tickets,
never
it
knew
changed.
that.
And I was supposed to work ABS too, and
Okay.
obviously that's just not a great weekend to plan a big hair event, but it was fine. So,
Oh my God,
anyways,
it was
it wasn't
so
like
fun.
ideal, but the retreat was incredible.
It was
obviously.
incredible. I wish I would have been there for the whole thing though. Like once I got there, everyone had already bonded and like
Oh my
done their
gosh.
hikes and
We'll get you.
oh my gosh. So I'm like,
one.
oh my gosh, I missed the good stuff.
We're gonna get Shelly back, guys.
I got to
It's
get
gonna
in
be
with the
good.
bonding part,
Yeah, that's.
even though I still did because
But like, yeah,
the being there 2 days, you made so many friends and like staying in the house with a bunch of girls. Like we all talk all the time now, and
it's so fun.
it's cool.
Yeah, they're definitely life-changing relationships when you're like off the grid
Definitely.
like that, bonding, and then like
Yeah,
like-minded
our phones
people.
didn't work, but it's a good thing.
I know. Everyone was like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's gonna be.
That's what we
great."
need, people.
Yeah.
We need more of phones not working.
It's gonna be awesome. So, something that I personally am drawn to by you, and it's probably because I am a mother, is I just have such a special place in my heart for like women raising businesses and babies, just because they're both babies, they're both all consuming, they both. It's like your heart walking outside of your body, and like your business is like that too. And it's your
Completely.
passion, it's your drive. It's like something you felt called to be here for, your career, and then obviously your children. It's like that too. And so I just really admire women who can like keep their children alive and their dreams alive.
And 2 dogs.
And do dogs. Oh my gosh, seriously. And so, on top of everything else, like loved ones and family and like eating and taking
friends and-
showers, like
Brushing teeth.
brushing your teeth, drinking water, the
it's
basics.
hard. It's so hard.
So let's like talk about that and let's be real. And you were
Yeah.
sharing a post with me before. Will you share that?
So I saw this post this morning, which I just like, you scroll and then you see something and you're like, oh yeah, it was a quote. And it said, the grass isn't greener, it just has a filter on it. And I forgot what page I saw it on, but because I'd like to give a shout out to whoever put that. But it was so good. And it just talked about how what you're seeing on Instagram doesn't, first of all, don't compare ever, which we all do. Like, it's a bad habit that I do too. But just try to keep yourself in check of like, yeah, that life looks amazing and good. Like, even my page, it's pastels and pretty girls and traveling, which is so amazing. And it's the highlights of my career, but it's not my entire life. Like,
It's the highlight reel.
it's
yeah.
the highlight reel, and it's that. So it's real, but there's so much behind that and so much underneath that. Like, for example, I have 3 kids and a husband and 2 dogs, and I don't really share that. I don't know. I just haven't gotten to a place where I feel comfortable like putting my kids online yet. I've showed them a little bit in my stories, but I don't have it like as my main, like, this is who I am.
Well, and it doesn't necessarily drive your brand.
Yeah, it's not my brand. It's like I want to be real with people, but I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence with it right now because I am so proud of them, and I love being a mom, and I love like sharing that connection that you and I have of being a mom and with other hairstylists and showing them, yeah, I have 3 kids. I work 2 days a week. I'll travel every other weekend. Like, this is how I make it work. But I want my page at the same time to be like an escape and an inspiration and just like that feeling you get when you walk into like a candy shop. Like,
Which I love your page for that.
Thank
What's
you.
really cool is stories is a really cool place to kind of
I think so.
like put that Snapchat behind the scenes feel. You know what I mean? Like your Instagram page is like all like champagne and bubbles, and like your stories, I mean, not necessarily for you, but like that's like where people get like drunk and wrecked and party. Like it's that
or
kind
like
of like
see like, okay, this hour I was here, that hour
Yes.
was there, and now I'm doing that, like to see kind of the craziness that goes into each post, but not like, yeah, I don't show my family. I don't know.
I think, I mean, and it depends on what capacity, but like today, like I really do think it's going to be beneficial for people to hear like, okay, I didn't know that you work 2 days a week. Like that's really great for people to know, like, wow, you can make this much content and really do double book. Like, what's your scoop? So you work 2 days a week.
My 2 days a week are Tuesday and Thursday, and I've trained my clients since I've had kids. I've kind of trained them like going on maternity leave, coming back. I'd start one day, add another day, and I just kept it at 2 days. And I'll do 8 in the morning till sometimes 10 o'clock at night. Usually 8 to 8 though. And I have an assistant, and we just get them all in. Like I can do projects, all that, but I try to be like, okay, those 2 days of the week, I'm like not on this earth. I'm in hair world, and I just like am focusing on hair. And then the rest of the week is like free family, pick up the kids, drop off the kids, go on vacation, which is also awesome because it's freed up my weekends. If something pops up last minute hair related, I can be like, oh yeah, I'll be there. I have the weekend open, luckily.
No, that's awesome.
So it kind of opened up for that.
Yeah, no, that's true. Okay, so you work Tuesday, Thursday. Here are like some real life questions. Who takes the kids to school? Who packs lunches? Like, what are the logistics of that shit?
The nitty gritty.
Yes.
Okay, so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, completely me, pretty much. Well, not completely. I have 3 kids, 2 schools, 3 schedules.
Oh my
like,
gosh.
it's insane. So me and my husband, like, divide and conquer for drop off every single morning. Tuesday and Thursday, he picks up. Monday, Friday, I pick up.
Okay.
Like, we kind of just, like, my husband does it all. He cooks, he cleans, he will read them stories, he'll take them to the craft store for a project. Like, he is so hands-on. So it's really, like, an equal relationship.
Partnership.
We're, like, best friends, and yeah, I could not. And then my mom also. So if I go out of town for more than 2 days, my mom will come in from San Diego and come stay and help my husband with them. Because
that's awesome.
2 days and you're kind of like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
Because I have a 9, 7, and 5-year-old.
Oh,
a lot of
for
energy
sure.
in there.
For sure. So does your husband work? Does he stay home? What's the logistics
So
there?
my husband is also self-employed. So he does like commercial banking.
Cool.
And so he does like 9 to 5. But he's mostly on his phone and computer. So he's a little more flexible as far as like transportation-wise. Where me, if I'm in the salon Tuesday and Thursday, like,
you're stuck.
You're there, yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's really good for people to know because
For sure.
with that whole like the grass is always greener, people are like, oh, well, I can't do that or I can't do this. And the beautiful thing about our industry is you can create a schedule that works for your lifestyle, your family.
Because I have a partner that will, go along with that. Like, if I was alone or had maybe someone that had a really busy job, this would not work. Like, it just somehow all fits like a puzzle and is like a well-oiled machine right now.
Yeah.
And so that's why I can be everywhere, like you said, because he's like, say yes, like ride the wave. Like this, he saw the whole thing like change in front of his eyes with the Instagram, and he's like, go for it. Like,
I love
I'll help
him.
you. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
I know, he's
I
the
think
bomb.
that's so powerful to have good people in your circle.
It's everything.
It is everything. I believe that too. We're both like going to cry.
I know, like, our
No,
people.
your people are everything, and that's your team, that's your assistants, that's your spouses. I mean, all of that. Your salon
don't try
owners.
to go at this alone, you guys. Like, I know it looks like we're alone online, but we have a tribe behind us for sure.
Yeah.
And
When
most
I-
people you see do that have this game going right now.
Okay, personal question. Do you ever have help? Oh my gosh, we're in LA. Do you guys hear this? It is a high-speed chase coming at you from Hair Love Radio. Seriously.
On top of it,
Who's going to win? Oh my gosh. Or maybe it's someone who's sick going
it
to the
sounds like New
hospital.
York.
It
Ew,
does.
don't say sick hospital. No.
No, it's a high-speed
Butterflies and
chase.
rainbows.
Butterflies and rainbows. Back to butterflies and rainbows. Okay, here's a question. Do you have help with cleaning your house?
So I have someone come clean my house once every other week.
Love it. Mm-hmm. Has that changed your life?
I want them to come twice a week. Let me think when I started doing that. I used to do it like here and there, but now I've been doing it for probably like 3 years. They've been coming to my house. Oh my God, it's so nice.
Isn't that the best money you've ever
I
spent?
will take another extra client or work on a day that I'm not supposed to be working, like maybe go in after my husband gets home from work, the kids are in bed, I'll like book a client at 8 o'clock at night so I can pay for someone to come clean my house.
No, I agree with that.
You know what I mean?
1000%.
Like, say yes more so you can get those little luxuries.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and it's just time efficiency. Like, you can make more content for your Instagram. You can get more referrals. You can do something you're good at and let someone else do something they're good and efficient at too, and come home to just like some peace and quiet instead of like ignoring your kids and scrubbing the floor. Like,
Oh my
ugh.
gosh. I know. That sounds so
Ugh.
horrible.
But I did that for so long.
Same.
It's so worth it. I think
It is.
I love what you said earlier, divide and conquer. And that's a way, like, if you're a single mom or whatever. Like, I've been a single mom, obviously.
And you can't divide yourself.
No, but you can have an assistant.
Yeah.
You can have a house cleaner. And I was willing to work harder for those things, like you said. Like, I will completely take an extra client for my house cleaner any day, all day.
It's peace of mind. Like,
Yes.
oh my, that is worth every penny.
Yeah.
That peace of mind. And you get to, make money doing something you love. Bonus.
Yeah.
We're so lucky.
Yeah. So what have been the biggest things you feel like you've learned, like balancing motherhood and like this evolution in your career?
I think I don't really like that word balance, even though I'm a Libra.
Flow. Let's go.
And
flow.
I do like everything. I like everything to be fair, but I'm like balance being a mom. Before I had kids, I tried to do that, but now being a mom, I'm like, no, there's no such thing as balance. And if you feel like you're never going to achieve that. Being a mom, having a career, trying to have friends, family, everything you said, it's just, there's someone that's always going to suffer. Mm-hmm. And you have to be like okay with that. And everyone around you should love you and know you're going to come back around and, bring your 100%. But you might only be 70% one day or,
mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? They know you're always going to come back around and be that person you are. But maybe this week you're tired because you've been traveling and you're a little off. But yeah, so you have to be okay with not being perfect all the time.
Yeah. Well, it's like a season. Like having a newborn, the newborn has to come first in that season and everything else takes a back seat. And it's not, I like that. It's not out of balance. It's just the flow of your season you're in.
Yeah. You're kind of, it's like an ebb and flow.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay.
Yeah. So what do you feel like your hardest things, has it been hard for you to like have friends understand that, or have you just like really been able to like not care what people think?
I think in the beginning of really starting to travel for work, it was hard for friends to understand. So I started making more friends that were doing what I was doing so we could relate more. So I think that helps. But everything kind of came back around, like I said, but yeah, it's hard. I mean, I think it's hard. Like having children prepared me for that. Mm-hmm. Because that's where you really learn, like, okay, you don't have a choice. You're not going out. Like, mm-hmm. There's no like, oh, I don't feel like going out. I'm tired. It's like, oh no, you can't go out. You don't have a babysitter.
Yeah.
Like, no, you're not going. So I think having that before all of this happened, the success of my career, I don't think the success of my career would have happened if I didn't have children.
That's interesting.
I always think that. I think that they, number one, got me used to no sleep. Yeah. Got me used to making sacrifices and then putting like them as a priority or things that are in front of me, like focusing on that. I don't think I could have done that without having them. I think I was just kind of like, like. I
think that's beautiful.
It's true.
That is true. Like motherhood puts you through.
And it pushes you.
Yeah. Things you like. You never thought you would go through emotionally, mentally, physically, and you have no other choice.
You have no choice. So it's like, I got boot camp for a crazy career from my kids. Thank you, kids.
That is so true. It's just boot camp for life. I love that so much.
So true.
Do you ever struggle with mom guilt? This is something I
have it right now. Okay.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's talk about mom guilt. Okay. This is something I've talked to Jamie C about a little bit, and we'll have an episode coming out with her. Oh man. Okay. So mom guilt is like this encompassing feeling that you are letting down this small human that carries your heart, and they are not okay surviving in the world because you are a selfish asshole that wants to eat, shower, or have dreams, right? So and when selfish. It's like put like that, it's kind of like, wait a minute, it's okay for me to like shower.
I'm still a human, and it's actually good for me to be a human for them to see.
Yeah. So what does that look like for you? Like mom guilt, like does it come from someone? Does it come from yourself? Like how do you work through that?
Mom guilt is real, and I have it every hour, I think, even when they're all with me.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like you're responding to a text message when you're with them. Yes. You're like, oh, I should put my phone away. Or I left this morning I kissed them goodbye to get on the airplane, and they're like, don't leave. And I'm like,
oh my God.
Like it's just at every corner. Mm-hmm. So I think you just have to embrace it, and it makes you enjoy those awesome moments. We go to Disneyland like once a month. We're obsessed.
I love that.
And that is like, okay, it makes me love this so much more because of all those times I feel guilty. You get like a return of seeing their smiling faces, or even just like them doing good on a test at school. And oh, you're like, okay, it's working, whatever I'm doing, even though I feel guilty for some of it. Like, okay, just keep going, just keep going.
I love that.
It's those little rewards that that's how I get over mom guilt, I think.
Yeah, you're like, I'm doing something right. There's a quote I posted on my old personal Instagram that's not anything to do with hair. And it said, behind every kid is a mom who's pretty sure she's screwing it all up. And I was like, so like, that makes me want to cry. No, it said behind every great kid.
Every great kid, yes.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, and I just think it's great to care, but it's great to care about yourself too. And I think, like, being okay with mom guilt is kind of a practice. I know that sounds weird, but like the more you go and do stuff for yourself and realize that you're not actually hurting them and you're helping yourself, and you do come back, like, even if I'm not necessarily refreshed after I go work a hair show, but I more like I'm dead, but
more like I died.
but I wanted to do it, and I wanted the experience, and I wanted to take my career to the next level. And so to come back and feel maybe more like accomplished,
you
like
do.
a tired accomplished.
Once you regain your energy from all the work,
you don't regret it.
You feel it fills your soul, like, and that's, your kids need to see that. That's
no, I totally agree.
And I think leaving them or going to go to the gym or go shopping by yourself for the afternoon, like whatever, go get your nails done. Like, they need to see you do that. You're taking care of yourself. You don't want to teach them that, like, you have to serve everyone else all the time. That's, I don't know.
We don't want to raise little martyrs.
No. Yeah. And I don't want them to think the world revolves around them, because then when they go out in the real world, that's going to be a harsh reality of, like, there are other people that matter too, not just me.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so true, especially in this, like, social driven world.
Oh my gosh.
It is probably good for them to realize.
Yeah, they get a reward for, like, going to the bathroom, like a trophy. Like, that's, I feel like, how kids are now, and not mine. I'm, like, strict, and, like, you have to earn it, and you have to respect people, and you have to work hard. Like, they see me leave at 7 a.m. and not get home until 10 o'clock at night, and then catch a flight the next morning at 6 a.m. Like, they see all that, and now luckily they are pretty much used to it. They don't cry or anything, but I think that gives them confidence to know she's going to work and she's coming home, and she's going to, like, they know it's going to be okay. If someone leaves, they're going to come back, and they're still going to be the same person and there for you, and they can call me whenever they want.
Yeah, no, I love that. I think that's good to hear. We actually get a lot of inquiries from moms who don't come to Hair Love because it's a long time. It's a 4 or 5 day experience because they're afraid of leaving their kiddos. And I would never make that call for someone, like, whether their child can handle them leaving or not. But I would just say, like, mom to mom, that they are okay, and you come home better. Like, they're gonna live.
Oh my gosh. And if you do the retreat, you're coming home definitely refreshed and motivated, and you're gonna end up bettering your business and yourself, which is only gonna be better for them.
Yeah, and you're gonna come home and be able to afford to hire a house cleaner once you use all the things you learned.
Gonna come home and hustle.
Yeah, that's so true. Oh, I love that. Well, and I just think if you are someone who feels mom guilt, just know it's normal. Like, I dropped my kid off Friday at preschool, and, like, I got in my car and started crying a little bit because I'm like, oh, I'm not going to see him till after the club, like, which I'm so excited
when
for
you have, like,
club.
A bunch of work in front of you, like, that kind of, you feel like that hill looks kind of bigger saying goodbye to your kid.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. No, and it does look, and I'm just like, oh, I can't wait till I, see him again. He's going to be so sad, and he's going to be fine. He's totally fine.
Oh my gosh, they play us. Like, I'll drop them off when they were really young, I would drop them off at preschool crying. My son was the worst. The girls were like, okay, bye. But my son would put on the act, and I'd go to the front desk and be like, can you call and see if he's okay? Like, and they'll call. It was literally a 30-second walk to the front desk, and they're like, yeah, he's fine. He's playing with his friends. I'm like, he got me.
That is
got
my
me
son
again.
to a T.
Boys are good at that drama.
Yes. Oh, that's some bullshit. My daycare
girls
lady
are like,
send
bye.
us
There's my friends. See ya, mom. And like, why are you picking me up? I'm still playing with my friends. I'm like, hey, you need me.
Yeah, and boys. Oh, my son does that. That is so funny.
Boys,
what a stinker. What a stinker. No, it's so true. He doesn't even, like, give a crap. I'm gone, even though
He wants you to feel bad.
I think the reward, though, when you do come home, like, I'm looking forward to, like, a successful Hair Love Club and seeing his little face again. It'll be so great, and you'll feel the same way. So,
Does he watch your stories ever?
Sometimes I show him when I come home. He's 5.
My husband doesn't really show them, but if my mom's in town, if I'm gone for more than a couple days, she'll always show them my stories.
That's cool.
So I'll come home and be like, oh, I did this and I saw this. They're like, yeah, we saw it. Grandma showed us.
They're like, we already know, Mom, we were there.
She took my story.
She took that that's actually a really good idea. Whoever's watching him, to kind of show what you're up to. And I think that teaches them work ethic in a digital age. Because if they grew up and let's say they're 12 and they're on Instagram, they're going to look at your page and it looks so perfect and rainbowy. And it probably looks like you don't work as hard as you do. And so they see you leave, but they don't necessarily see the grind. But that story, I think that's actually kind of a cool way to look at it. Like, they're going to be like, okay, Mom's busting her balls at work. Like,
how awesome is that, too? Like, we don't have just an office job where, okay, I'm working, and the kids don't see it. Yeah. We get to do something where they actually get to see, like, it's a tangible thing that's real. Cool. That they're like, oh, yeah, you were gone making that, and there it is. Like, now
it's
I
like
get to see
art.
it.
Yeah, you could show them your picture.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, cool.
But really, like, all of us could go home at the end of the day and, like, scroll through our photos we took on the phone and be like, look what Mommy made.
I made this, I did this. Yeah, I love doing that. Well, sometimes they'll be in bed and I'm like, look what I did today.
Yeah. That's so cool.
I'm like bragging to them.
But they do it with their art. Like, why shouldn't we do it with ours? Right? Oh, I love that the most. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about... So you're talking about how your pastels went viral and you had this moment of like, whoa, that was really fun to make. That got a lot of traction. Like, this is getting some notoriety. Like, where could this lead me? What would you say your advice would be to someone to, like, kind of having that moment for themselves? They're, like, niching down and finding something, especially now where it's kind of saturated and not impossible, but saturated. Like, if you post a lot of pastels, you're definitely not the first pastel queen today, right?
No.
Where 5 years ago, if you're posting your hair painting, you really got a lot of recognition because that was newer.
A little more rare.
Yeah. So what would be your advice to someone who's like, I really want to, start getting some notoriety and
just to motivate them to keep going?
Yeah.
I think for me, what worked for me was I loved pastels, but to me it was more... like, I did everything. So it was kind of crazy that pastels took off. And then I had to realize, like, wait, this is all my followers and that's what they want to see now. But I still love it. So, but just keep posting and see what your followers and what you love. But I really believe in the law of attraction. Like, what I'm attracted to is what I put out. And it's kind of a big circle that way where, oh, I love what, name someone that you love on Instagram and what they do and you want to emulate their career, kind of watch that. And that to me helps me focus on like, this is what I want to look like. And this is what I want my next year to be. Or so that just like seeing what I'm attracted to and seeing also what the people that are following me are attracted to.
Yeah. No. And it's almost like scanning your analytics. Like, okay, we're just going to say 2 random things. Balayage and pastels, right? Yeah. So let's say that's what you love and you're posting them and just like watching your analytics, like what really is creating traction.
Yeah, because I still post blondes and they don't really get a lot of love.
But if I post a blonde, my page loves it.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
So it's like feeling that out, but still posting what you love. Like, don't ever just go, oh, they only like, red hair, so I'm only going to post red hair. Like, I was doing that. And I was like, no, that's not me. That's not all I am, though. I'm not just like a one-trick pony. Like, I love fashion. I love pastels. I love blonde. I love hair painting. I love updos. I love all that. So I'm going to post it all, but I might show a little more pastels since that's what my people love. And I love it too, but I also want to incorporate other parts of me.
Yeah, no, I love that. An example. So let me think. 2014, 2015. Okay, yeah. I started my hair painting classes. So I was like, the Forever Tour began. And I say forever because it never ended.
It's not going to end.
And so I went on tour. And on my tour, someone who teaches social media now, and she's a friend of mine, but she looked at my page, and I remember her saying, I don't like the quotes on your page. I think it makes your page look messy. And I have always and forever, like if you go back, I've treated my Instagram like a blog. And it's because I've blogged since like 2012. I've just
that's you.
Yeah, it's just what I like. And I talk in a very bloggy format. So it's my email campaigns. I share a lot because I started with lifestyle blogs and family blogs and hair blogs. And so that's what I did. And she discouraged that because it didn't make my page look pretty. But it was one of my favorite things. And sometimes the things I would share were like really funny or silly. And sometimes they were more inspirational. And I just stuck with it because it was something that made me enjoy what I was doing. It was something I enjoyed sharing. And now it's one of my most popular posts that I do because I feel like as I've grown, back then I didn't have a lot of followers, but as I've grown, I attracted people who enjoyed reading lengthy captions. And it's funny because people who may have said that wasn't a thing I watch, and they kind of mimic that same style I do now a little bit. And
that's why you have to stick with what your heart is invested in. If you're doing what everyone else is doing or what someone else says, oh, this is going to look cleaner, don't then you're going to fall out of love with it because it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's so much work.
So if you're not loving what you're posting, you're going to get so sick of it and
you're going to get burned out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And same with that, like just because lengthy blog, like inspirational posts work for me, that would be a lot of fucking work if that wasn't in your soul to share all that. If you're not
a writer, don't start writing because you're going to get sick of it. It's a lot of work and you're pouring your heart out. It's just you have to do what you love. And I think if you don't know what your ultimate goal is, which I still feel like I don't because I'm just like my ultimate goal is to raise my 3 children. Yeah. So I feel like very focused on that while still running a business. You're just gonna keep posting and you're gonna eventually figure out what is drawn to it, and it can change too. I think that's okay to be bloggy and then maybe take a break from that and try something else because you're bored, switch it up.
You're gonna evolve.
You don't want to be a robot.
No,
be you,
and your audience will evolve with you.
Yeah,
or they filter out like clients do and new followers come in.
There's always room.
Yeah, so it's kind of like you get sick of doing updos, you start doing extensions, you will find those right people. Same with your posts. So
it's putting that energy out and attracting that, and it's what you're attracted to, and those people are going to be attracted to you. So I really believe in the power of that.
No, I do too. Okay, this is really what you should do, Shelly. Episode number 14, we talk about planning your goals for 2019, and we actually made a workbook.
I need that.
Everyone listening, it's free. You just download it. And we talk you through your why. We go through nugget goals, so breaking it down, the first steps you need to take. And we talk about opting out of things and rewriting your story. It's super good.
Okay,
and
I need that yesterday.
Yes. And there's an episode all about opting out and building your brand. They're bomb episodes.
It's so hard because you are posting, but then you're also scrolling, and then you're emailing, and then you're texting, and then you're da-da-da-da-da. It's all happening up in there, and I have 5 minutes and I have to go. You know what I mean? It's just nonstop information, and it gets, cloudy. So
you got to listen to
those podcasts. I need to work on.
Yeah. Well, and it talks about, we talk about opting out, so really opting out of things that are clogging your inspiration or making you cloudy, and that might be scrolling. Does that make sense?
Oh, for sure. And I know it. I know it is.
Yeah. So totally. That's a good episode. I
love seeing everyone's stuff.
I know. Well, and this is how we kind of talk about scrolling. So scroll with an intention. So scroll to engage with your friends. So I'll go in and just type in Shelley Gregory and I'll engage with you.
Yeah, I should do that.
Or
just focus on where I'm scrolling instead of just scrolling out in the universe.
Yeah, just scrolling aimlessly, running into constellations, nightmares, good stuff, bad stuff. Yeah, no.
It happens.
It happens to all of us. And then you get carpal tunnel, and then it's a whole thing.
That's happening.
Yeah, it's happening. Well, I just want to thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Hey, I'm so glad I finally got to do it.
I know.
In person.
In IRL.
Yes.
I feel like a cheerleader when I say it. I'm I-R-L. So fun. Well, if you are coming to Hair Love Club, we're so excited to see you.
Tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. If you didn't come, we have a full recap on the blog and come to Hair Love Retreat. But It's going to be amazing. Shelly's going to be on stage with us. It's going to be a really great day. And thank you guys for tuning in. Remember, the best way to support this podcast, if you're loving what you're hearing, and so we can keep bringing you badass free content, is to subscribe and share with your friends. And remember, writing a review is the most amazing way that you can show your support, and we love to feature your reviews on the podcast. So if you want to learn more about Shelley Gregory or where to find her, everything will be in the show notes. And thank you for tuning in today. And as always, we hair love you. See you on the next episode, guys. Bye.
Hair, love, radio.